Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains, where we're going to get our body moving, get our blood pumping, set our goals, and our gratitude for the day. Super excited you're here with me. If this is your first time here, I want you to go ahead and check in with me. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if this is your first time here so I can welcome you. If you've been here before, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from, okay? Rep your city, rep your hood. I'm out here in McKinney, Texas. So let me know where you're tuning in from. We do get people from all over the world, which is pretty cool because we are multi-streaming across all the platforms. So let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to welcome you. This morning, let's go ahead and dive on in. I was getting into my gratitude and goals, writing it down for the day. And for my gratitude, I wrote a few things down. First was, I'm just grateful for another day, right? I always start with that because you know what? We don't, tomorrow's not promised. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's not promised. So grateful for another day to open my eyes, fresh air in my lungs, for mercy and for grace and for new beginnings. All right, I get to start a brand new day and go out there and make an impact. So I'm just grateful for that, like we got to be grateful for these things. A lot of times we take that for granted, the fact that we even wake up. So for that, another day that the Lord has made, rejoice and be glad in it. All right. I'm also grateful for the creativity that God has been stirring in me lately. I've been creating a whole bunch of new tools with AI and creating some custom GPTs that can help the job seeker community that I work with. Pretty cool. I created one just yesterday that was a custom GPT where a job seeker can drop their resume into the GPT and it will then output and optimize their LinkedIn profile. It'll give them a document with everything, the entire written portion of their profile, so they can just go plug and play into their LinkedIn profile, but it optimizes it based off of their resume. So I created that one, which was pretty cool because for the longest time, they had to do a lot of that manually. But now they can just simply drop their resume in and boom, it's done. Also created some other ones that help. One is called a retirement plan recovery report, which is pretty cool. I created that one to help people recover lost retirement accounts. And so all we need is their work history. We just need to know so they can drop their resume in that one, or they can put their LinkedIn profile, and based off of their work history, it will pull up old retirement plans that they might have left behind. So that's a really cool custom GPT that I built. And then the last one was a stage outreach. So it looks for local stages, conferences, different speaking events, things like that. And it knows what types of stages I'm looking for. And it looks for local ones, gives me a list and a digest, finds out the contact information of the event organizer and all this stuff so I can do outreach to get onto more stages. So, gosh, just so many cool things. This is all with AI that I've been building. So I'm grateful for the creativity, the ideas that flow when I get in there and being able to kind of work through those. So again, just grateful for that creativity and the opportunity. I'm grateful for the wisdom and the vision to use this technology for impact and not just productivity. right? Like, I'm creating tools to impact my audience, the job seeker community. It's not just for me, it's for them. Like, it helps them. And the more, again, the way I look at it is the more I can help other people, right? The more good I can put out there in the world, the more I can help them selflessly. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. When I help them optimize their LinkedIn profile, that does nothing for me. It doesn't help me out, but it does. See, there's this indirect way that when you give, you reap what you sow. So if you sow a good seed, you're going to reap a good harvest. And so when I give, it does come back, just not like in a direct kind of a way. It's an indirect, it comes back. So it's good karma, whatever you want to call it. But all I know is the more I've helped those people out at job seeker community, just good things happen. I end up growing. So I'm not just building these tools for my own productivity. I'm using it to make an impact, So I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful that God keeps shaping me a little bit by bit. I'm starting to, my thoughts are starting to change. I'm starting to break old habits. You're seeing a transformation. If you've been watching the show, we're now on, I think, episode 29 or something like that. I just started it a few weeks ago, and you're kind of been seeing me on this little journey. And when I started it, I quit smoking. There's lots of little habits that are, changing bit by bit, which is great. And it's because I've been staying focused in first thing in the morning, giving first thing to God, spending time in the Word and praying and writing down what I'm grateful for and my goals and all of these things. So I started this show really for myself, to help hold myself accountable to do these things because I knew they were important. So that might be a lesson for somebody listening. If there's something that is important, what are you doing to hold yourself accountable to get it done? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it going to take to hold yourself accountable? Do you need an accountability partner? Do you need to tell people about it? Like when I quit smoking, I had to tell you guys. I literally came on here and crushed a pack of cigarettes live online so that it was like a commitment to the world that I'm going to do this. And I don't want to let everybody down. So that's my accountability. So just curious for you, if there's something that you want to accomplish, what holds you accountable, right? What do you need to do to hold yourself accountable? But those are just a few things that I wrote down that I'm grateful for today. I'd love to hear from you. What are some things that you are grateful for? I'll go ahead and pull up the chat. All right. We got Sammy is in the house. Good morning, Sammy. Good to see you. 67. Is that 6767? I don't know nothing about that. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Sammy. We got Amir in the house with a smiley face emoji. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining. Hey guys, if this is your first time here, put a 1 in the chat, not a 6-7. Put a 1 in the chat. Would love to welcome you. Hopefully you're having a blessed day. Again, Sammy, appreciate you with the 6767. I don't know nothing about that, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I keep hearing about it, but I don't know nothing about no 67. All right. So also this morning I was going through reading the Word. I read Genesis 18, and so Abraham waited for what seemed impossible And Sarah, his wife, laughed at God's promise when God said, hey, I'm going to give you a baby. But even in their doubt, God's word still came true, right? Which is, it's kind of interesting because, you got God and God tells them they're going to give them a baby, and they were old, right? She couldn't have a baby, wasn't able to have one. And then God said, I'm going to give you one. She laughed. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then she said later on, I didn't laugh. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you laughed. You doubted it. But anyways, my takeaway here was that God's promise doesn't depend on our perfection. It depends on his faithfulness. So if he promises, you know what? Whatever he says he's going to fulfill, if he makes a promise. And so for me, I thought it was interesting because I've been praying for a partner and a family, my own family, right? So I've been praying for a child, a family. I want a wife and a child. I'm 38. I've never been married and don't have any kids, right? So that's kind of what I've been praying for, and it'll come. If it's part of God's plan, it will happen, right? Also was reading Jesus Calling, which is a little daily devotional. And so today it said, as you turn your attention to me, feel the light of my presence shining upon you. I in you, and you in me, your joy in me, my joy in you, become intertwined and inseparable. So my takeaway there was that the closer you draw to God, the more joy and identity blend with his presence. Right? Joy and identity. Right? Like I told you before, I'm slowly, bit by bit, day by day, starting to change. And it's all positive change. It's good things. So that was my takeaway there. So today, what I'm asking God is to change me from the inside out, right? To help me change even more. I want to be better. To keep refining me, breaking bad habits, renewing my mind, helping me become better every single day. I want to just become a little bit better every day. I don't need massive transformation, I don't need, it could be unsustainable that way, right? I got a lot of things that I'm trying to change, and it's like if you try to do it all at once, might not be possible. But for me, it's just little consistent daily changes, like the smoking was one of them, right? So, because I got a lot on my plate. Right now. I'm finishing the Career Transition Summit. I'm preparing for my Series 65 exam, which is next week, taking it next Wednesday. Managing all these new AI projects. But through it all, I'm learning that, joy it's not just in getting things done. It's about staying close to God, the one that gives me the strength to do them all in the first place. It's not about, striving harder and grinding, all of that. It's about surrendering deeper. And that's what I'm learning. This is the season that I'm in, is a season of surrender. It's giving things up. It's not about doing more. It's actually about giving up old habits and breaking old chains. So, love to hear from you. You know, what are some things that you'd like to change? What's some changes you're trying to make in your life? You know what I mean? Let me know in the chat. All right, we got some new folks in the chat here. We got Lady PR. Good morning. See you. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. If this is your first time here, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been here before, put a 2, and then let me know where you're tuning in from, Lady PR. I'd love to know where you're coming from. We also got Amir, Sammy. Good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We got people from all over the place, you know, tuning in from. I think we had Canada, we had Australia. I don't know. We have people from all over the place, so I'd love to hear that. But yeah, what's one thing that you're looking to change? You know, for me, it's about breaking some old habits. So a couple of things that I wanted to leave you guys with today. For me, number one is to help let the light do the work. And what do I mean by that? Well, 4 steps. So stop striving, right? Stop that hustle mentality, that go, go, go. Stop striving and start abiding, right? Think about that. Start listening, right? Stop striving, start abiding. You know, when you feel overwhelmed, pause and let his presence reset your energy. Again, I got a lot of things on my plate, but every morning by making him first and getting in the presence of God has been helping to reset my energy and keep me moving forward. And, you know, I'm actually getting a lot accomplished, getting a lot done. It's amazing. So stop striving, start abiding. Number 2, refine, don't resist, right? God, you know, growth often, you know, looks like pruning. It's like taking little pieces away, you know, pruning. When you think about when you prune like a plant, you got to like clip off the old, like you got to, and that like hurts sometimes. You know, like cut it off. It hurts. You don't want to let go of it. Ow, you know, but hey, that's what it takes for growth. You know, it's like pruning. Surrender the old habits that dim your light. Anything that dims your light, you got to get rid of. Number 3, celebrate progress, not perfection, right? Progress, not perfection. Like, are you making steps? Are you trying? You know, we get in our head sometimes when we tell ourselves that we got to be perfect. And then if we slip up or make a mistake or whatever, then it's like, what's the point? And then we just go back to it. No. Progress over perfection. You're being shaped daily. Every single day, you're being shaped daily, not judged daily, okay? So this is a journey, one step at a time. And then number 4, turn gratitude into your fuel, right? Every breakthrough you've had, every, you know, whether it's creative or spiritual, it was born from grace, not from the grind. So remember, turn your gratitude into your fuel. That's why I do this show. What are you grateful for? Tell me in the chat. Would love to hear one thing you're grateful for today. All right, just one. I told you a whole bunch of things I'm grateful for. I just need you to tell me one thing. What are you grateful for in the chat? Could be something small, could be something big, but if you woke up this morning, you should be grateful, right? Let's just put it that way. So my goals for today, right, pretty simple stuff, nothing too crazy. But my goals for today to finish the Career Transition Summit. Almost done with that. Focus on studying for the Series 65 exam. I take that next week. Hopefully I can pass that first time around. Continue to refine some of these tools that I'm creating right now. I got some custom GPTs I'm working on. So continue to refine those. And to stay centered in gratitude. You know, that's my goals for today. Nothing too crazy, all right? But these daily consistent goals and daily consistent habits, they compound over time. Discipline compounded daily equals transformation, okay? So a lot of times people think like they have these big goals and they're like, I don't know how to get there. Yeah, get there one bite at a time. You've heard that saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Step by step, 1 foot in front of the other. That's how you do it. All right. So, a couple questions I have for the audience this morning. Where do you feel God refining you? Where do you feel Him working in your life right now? Refining you, shaping you, changing you. Because that's what it should be. And what's one habit or distraction that you need to release so He can fill that space with joy? Right? What do you need to release so that God can come in and fill that space with joy? All right? Let me know in the chat or just ponder on that. All right? Guys, I hope this has been somewhat encouraging. We got Ta says hello, good morning. Good to see you in the chat over there on YouTube. YouTube showing up this morning. Good morning, YouTube. We got Sammy, Amir, Lady PR, and Ta. Hello, good morning, good to see you. Love the Spider-Man image you got there. Appreciate you for being here with us this morning on Gratitude and Gains. Let's see if we got anybody over there on IG. We got a few people over there. Good morning, good morning. Facebook not showing up today. I don't know what's up with that. You know, it's so interesting. I've been messing around with this Restream, getting this thing multicasted on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, all the channels at the same time. And doing this every morning at the same time, around 6 o'clock a.m. And it's just interesting to me how the algorithm has like changed. Or some days it's like they show it all to YouTube. Some days LinkedIn shows up. Some days Facebook. I'm still figuring it out. There's no rhyme or reason or consistency to it. You would think there would be, but I guess it just depends on when people wake up. But anyways, good morning. Good to see all of you. Thank you for joining me this morning on Gratitude and Gains. Guys, that's the show. It's all about who you know. Have an amazing